Welcome to Heartbit's One Block Show, where we mine Bitcoin's latest news for about 10 minutes. Today we will discuss the new Satoshi emails that surfaced due to the COPA versus Wright court case. In case you need a summary, Craig Wright has been asserting that he is Satoshi Nakamoto to gain influence over the Bitcoin code, which is presently open source and accessible under the MIT license. COPA stands for the Cryptocurrency Open Source Patent Alliance, a non-profit group that seeks to eliminate patents and lawsuits as obstacles to the advancement of the cryptocurrency sector. In 2015, Wired received an anonymous tip that Craig Wright was Satoshi Nakamoto and proceeded to publish this article claiming to know the Bitcoin creator. The original publications triggered a series of events, the most notable of which happened in May 2016 when Craig invited Gavin Andersen for a private signing session to prove to him he was Nakamoto. At the time, Andersen believed what he saw and declared that Wright was probably Satoshi. Andersen has since retracted and regretted making these claims, stating that his doubts arose when the pseudo-proof presented to the world didn't align with what he was shown. Wired magazine updated the article to reflect that Wired no longer thinks Wright is the unknown genius. So as a technical aside, since Satoshi Nakamoto mined Bitcoin, if someone can prove control of those coins, it is likely due to being the creator of the currency. Somehow, Andersen believed Craig had shown him cryptographical proof that he had control of the keys at that meeting. However, Andersen now questions the authenticity of what he was shown. In this slide, you can see the mathematics behind how you can make somebody believe that you have signed something when in reality you have exploited a known vulnerability of elliptic curve cryptography. As Craig likes to say, welcome to law of mathematics. However, despite Andersen's retraction, Craig persisted in his claims and filed blockchain patents to establish legal ownership over Bitcoin and assert control over Satoshi's coins. His emergence coincided with growing agitation to increase the block size, driven by ongoing challenges of scaling Bitcoin, a problem that persists today. These tensions ultimately culminated in Bitcoin being forked and the creation of Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin Satoshi Vision. As tensions escalated among Bitcoiners and BSV supporters, Hodlnaut, a vocal critic on Twitter, openly disputed Craig Wright's claims of being Satoshi Nakamoto, boldly stating, "Craig Wright is a liar and a fraud." In response, Craig Wright, in collaboration with Calvin Irie, initiated an aggressive campaign to track down Hodlonaut and then started a defamation case against him. In response, the community rallied behind Hodlonaut's outspoken criticism, extensively quoting his statement and creating a clever spin on the phrase, "We are all Satoshi," with "We are all Hodlonaut," which everyone loved because who doesn't want to be a cool space cat? Hodlonaut successfully defended against the defamation claims, which served as a setback for Craig Wright's efforts to silence dissenting voices. Craig continued to threaten other Bitcoin core developers and members of the community, and COPA was unwilling to stand by and watch Craig sue any more companies for copyright claims and entered the fray, filing a lawsuit in the UK in April 2021 to challenge Wright's claims. Their goal is to prevent Wright from making assertions over the Bitcoin white paper and database. Now, the court is underway. The schedule can be found here. If you want to see the blow-by-blow, you can follow BitNorbert. He also did the daily report on the Hodlnaut court case. In this link, you can find the identity issue on day 3. You can also get a sense of the convoluted narrative with the excellent coverage by Arthur Van Pelt and others. In short, the outcome looks grim for Craig. The COPA report states that witnesses in the COPA versus Craig Wright trial have testified against Wright's claim of being Nakamoto. Dr. Adam Back provided never-before-published correspondence with Nakamoto, contradicting Wright's previous statements, which we will be looking at in a moment. Marty Malmi also disputed Wright's claims based on his direct communication with Satoshi. The trial seeks to disprove Wright's claim, which forms the basis of his copyright lawsuits against various entities in the crypto community, aiming to protect Bitcoin's development and the spirit of open source collaboration. COPA believes the trial's outcome will provide more certainty and safety for those dedicated to Bitcoin's potential. Jameson Lopp did a phenomenal job with his article, How Many Wrongs Make a Right? I'm not going to go into too much detail because we'd have to dedicate an entire show to why Craig is not Satoshi, and honestly, him and Irie don't deserve the attention. In short, the article talks about Wright's history of dubious claims and exaggerations. He has made claims about his academic background that seem inflated. Wright has demonstrated a lack of understanding of Bitcoin's technical aspects, including cryptographic principles. Text analysis suggests that Wright is not the author of Satoshi's correspondence. His claims to prove his identity as Satoshi have failed repeatedly. In addition, the article explores Wright's involvement in various financial maneuvers and schemes, including his purported association with Bitcoin-related patents and his connections to individuals like Calvin Irie. But let's scroll down and look at one of these crazy examples of plagiarism and deceit that we can find below. For example, this, the altered blacknet versus Bitcoin white papers. Craig Wright claimed that he wrote a research paper that contained the abstract of the final white paper. However, earlier Bitcoin white paper drafts had been circulating among cyberpunks. If his claims were valid, it would imply that he wrote it correctly, made mistakes in the draft, and then corrected them again for the final version. Here's a video by BitMEX showing how, in November 2023, Craig Wright tried to make a version of the Bitcoin white paper in LaTeX. The animation shows Craig gradually editing the file to try to make the formatting match that of the real Bitcoin white paper, which was made with OpenOffice. Craig has left a trail of court cases in his wake. His first Bitcoin-related legal debacle was when Ira Kleinman, Dave Kleinman's sister, sued Wright. For more information on the original Kleinman versus Wright affair, you can visit this site that explains the inconsistencies in the claimed addresses. Let's get down to what we came here to talk about. The Satoshi emails. Dr. Adam Back was called to testify. Here's the witness list. The entire statements can also be found online, and here are Back's and Malmi's. Adam shared 5 emails. Let's read them together and understand the implications of the revelations. I'm not going to read the entire emails, only the important highlighted parts. Email 1 is the first time Satoshi Nakamoto contacts Adam Back, and he states, "I'm getting ready to release a paper that references your hash cache." Email 2 is Adam Back's response to Satoshi Nakamoto, and he says, "You may be aware of the B-money proposal by Wei Dai." Email 3, Satoshi responds, "I wasn't aware of the B-money paper, but my ideas start from exactly that point." Email 4, Adam Back replies to Nakamoto that he has still not read the paper. And then Satoshi contacted Wei Dai. In email 5, Satoshi Nakamoto states, "Thanks for the pointers you gave me to Wei Dai's." Why is this snippet of information useful? It is useful because Wright made assertions to the contrary. Wright didn't make these assertions casually. He made them on the stand of the Ira Kleinman court case. The significance of Adam Back's revelations extend beyond disclaiming Craig Wright. It is very important regarding Bitcoin's prehistory, bringing clarity to which technologies Satoshi Nakamoto used to inspire the innovative architecture of Bitcoin. In summary, Marty Malmi and Adam Back testified Wednesday in the most important lawsuit of Craig Wright's life. Both men are incredibly early Bitcoiners who have communicated with Satoshi Nakamoto directly. These 2 witnesses covered highly technical ground during their testimony, touching on some of Bitcoin's predecessors. Their cross-examinations will inform the final ruling on whether Craig Wright wrote Bitcoin's white paper. Steve Lee outlined the case's significance for the Bitcoin community, highlighting Wright's aggressive legal actions and the potential harm to Bitcoin's future. If Craig Wright isn't Satoshi, then who is the unknown genius? That, my friends, is a question for another day. But for now, you can visit this cool site I stumbled upon. Thank you for joining. Don't forget to subscribe and stay connected so you can receive any new hashes. See you in the next block.